right, got another episode of the old Frosty Dingy going on. The J-Mac back, ready to attack.
What up,
So,
yo?
what's your prediction for the Super Bowl this year?
Oh man, 28-24. Patriots.
Taking the Patriots, huh?
Yep.
How do you think they're going to pull it off when they're the heavy underdogs?
Because they're the heavy underdogs. They want it more.
So you're going with the last Super Bowls when the last 5 Super Bowls, 4 out of 5 been won by the underdog.
Yep. Just the Patriots are tried and true. Would you ever bet against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl?
Bet against the Chiefs all the time in the Super Bowl. Just piss off my aunt and uncle. But that's just a given. So you don't think old Sam Darnold will be able to keep up his average scores and the defense keep the 17.8 points down?
No, I think it'll be a good game. It'll be close either way. I just don't think it's. And I like Sam Darnold. I think he needs a ring, but I just think the Patriots being complete underdogs is going to make it more interesting.
So you said the score was what, 24-17 or something like that?
28-24.
24. Well, you would definitely cover the spread because the difference is 4.5. Too bad it's favoring the Seahawks. So, but either way, say. But I threw it into the old Grok machine over here, and it's got the Seahawks winning by I think 70%.
No shit.
Yep. I think I just pulled it up on DraftKings. The over and under is what was it? Plus 195 for the Patriots. I think negative 225 for the Sea Chickens. But
I think it's gonna be a good game.
I think the Patriots are going to pull it out. Who do you got winning the MVP this year?
Oh, I think it'll be the Patriots quarterback.
Drake May. Drake May is going to pull her out, huh? I don't know if for some reason the Sea Chickens pull it off. I don't know. I don't know if I could give it to Sam Darnold. I might have to give it to Kenneth Walker. But if the Patriots pull it off, I'm definitely on the Drake May bandwagon on that one.
Yeah, he's had a pretty breakout year, so he'll stay hot. He'll keep rolling.
So is San Francisco going to play a factor in it at all with their stadium? That's where it's being played at, I believe.
I think that's pretty neutral for both parties. I haven't looked up and see what the weather's supposed to be, but that both teams are used to shitty weather, so yeah, I don't think so. I mean, when you get around the Super Bowl, it's so much of a hype and built up anyway, and busy and people everywhere. So I don't think it really matters where it's played, unless you have 2 teams that are fair weather teams and you're playing in Green Bay or some shit.
Yeah, that's why they quit having Super Bowls in the cold places. Not as many people go to them, or they don't have much fun anymore. No, never been there.
Great experience. I would definitely go there and check out a game if you get a chance.
And why is it a great experience?
I would go when it's cold. I won't go after mid-November probably, ever. Very latest. But man, just awesome experience. I went when I didn't. I'm not a Green Bay fan, and I used to like the Bears when I was a kid, but I really didn't have a dog in the fight. I just went for the experience. Usually, when my wife and I do these Super Bowl games, we'll go to Walmart and we'll get the home team's clothing and stuff like that just to get the full experience. And it was pretty awesome. A lot of good people. And just that old school stadium in the middle of a residential area. It's something.
Exactly where you need to be on a high volume, definitely in a residential area. So I know that stadiums have their own special cuisine in there. What did Green Bay have?
I don't remember.
Was it all cheese curds?
There's definitely a lot of cheese heads, but I don't remember what they had for like a specialty there. Hell, I don't even know if I went to the concession stand now I think about it.
They still got $50 beers running around in there?
Oh, yeah. Beers are always going to be expensive. And the thing with Green Bay is, man, that place is so old school and being open and everything. It's like the bleachers are fucking like straight up and down. Once you get sit in, you don't want to move.
That sounds like the last UFC fight where I had floor seats. Won't do that shit
I'd really like to know how much they make in just renting out stadium seating.
In just the stadium seats?
No, they rent stadium seats to sit on. Like if you take your own seat to a high school basketball game.
So those are the like foam little thingies. Yeah.
Yeah. And you leave them there when the game's over and they come around and pick them up. But I forget how much those cost, but I bet you they make a on that shit.
Let's just look and see if they got it on here. It looks like somebody else has asked this shit before because it was one of my options. Between 10,000 and 25,000 per event, averaging 17.5. 17.5 basically. And the padded seat cushions are available for $10. So they're making $25,000 on just the cushiony seats per game.
Right. Not the seat you paid for, but
Oh
the
yeah,
seat to put the seat you paid for.
the seat to put on the seat.
Right.
The which is funny because the amount of money that they make on those foam seats are the low end for a suite rental is $17,500.
And how many suites do they have?
Don't know. It didn't tell me that.
The stadium's, like I said, it's in a residential area, and it's a 4-lane road right in front of it. And on the other side of that road is all houses. And back of all these houses are set up for backyard parties. I mean, some of the garages have like patios on them, whatever. And one guy, I don't know how much it cost, but he had the back side of his house redone to look like the front side of the stadium.
He did his backyard. Is that what you said?
The back of the house looked
Back of the
exactly like the
house.
front of the
There you
stadium.
go. There's 168 luxury suites.
Oh, shit. 17.5 apiece.
Yeah.
And I guarantee none of them are ever open.
They said they made about 400,000 off of them per game. Let's see. Since we're in here Googling suites, back to the old Google monster for a second. The suites at the Super Bowl are 500,000 to over 4 million, and it's 3 million for a top tier suite, and it's about 750 for the 750 to 900 for the middle suites. They hold 14 to 40 guests.
14 to 40.
Yeah, depends on which one you get. Yeah, so they're looking like on average about $1 million, and that gets you 14 tickets for the $1 million price. It looks like.
Right.
I don't think I'll ever be getting a suite anytime soon. Anyway,
hit that lottery first, bud.
Hey, if I win the lottery, I'm not going to spend $3 million on a Super Bowl suite.
But there will be signs.
There will be. There might be a tank sitting in the parking lot, but it will not be a suite. Not at all. So did you catch any of the
wild then.
What's that? Oh yeah, we'll get one of those. I don't think they'll ever run $1 million, even if I bought them for like the rest of my life.
It'll give you a lifetime.
Total up that many.
I
They
mean, that's
might.
the
They were gonna.
suite.
I talked to them. They were gonna put together a season price for me for the lounge area that I always sit in. I thought about getting 2 tickets for that. I think it was probably gonna be around $2,000 or something like that. If they were gonna give me for a full season to make sure they were sold out the whole time. I don't know. They never got quoted a price, but that's where we started the talks at.
Right.
So did you catch any of the Pro Bowl activities this week?
Not. I quit watching that shit years ago when it quit being anything cool. I miss the days back when they had like the challenges and they actually played a game, not talking fucking flag football either. And granted, I know back then even they was still kind of soft when they played, but I mean at least they had a good time doing it. And like I said, the quarterback challenges and all that stuff. I haven't watched it since.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy this year that the viewership dropped another million this year from last year. Old Captain Replacement didn't save them like everybody thought he was going to.
What do you think about this year's Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah, we're not getting into that today.
But yeah, but did you hear about the other one that's going to be going on for is it Turning Point Live?
Yeah, I heard they got a lineup put together for that.
Yeah, Kid
I'm
Rock,
not quite sure who's going to be there.
Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert's. I can't remember the other acts they've announced, but should be a good thing.
I don't honestly remember the last time I even watched a Super Bowl halftime show. I think I spend most of that time refilling all the drinks and the party food around that time. I think there for the longest time I only watched Super Bowl for the new commercials.
Right, I agree.
And those have fallen off quite a bit the last few years as well. They're not near as funny as they used to be.
I agree. They're still just as pricey, though, apparently, to put on.
Oh, yeah. I think the price went up and the quality went down, like everything else. But
all right.
My favorite ones were...
And refilling drinks, what's one go-to food every Super Bowl party should have?
Well, you got to have wings. Wings are about the staple. Usually a Buffalo Wild Wings, because I don't cook for the Super Bowl anymore. What kind of wings do you think you should have?
Oh, I think you got to go smoked and then fried just a little bit.
Got to have that crisp shell on the outside.
You better believe it.
And I don't know why people make nachos for the Super Bowl, but apparently that's one of the the highfalutin foods as well.
I
Everybody
think that's
tries
just a good
bringing meat
staple for
trays.
any get together. You can never go wrong with nachos, man.
I don't know. I just don't like them it depends on where the party's at. Like if it's at somebody's house, I don't want nachos. But if it's like out in public, nachos are fine because they come with a bunch of other shit that you know where it was cooked. Nachos is too easy to sneak stuff in on it.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna start bringing people's cooking skills into question and how they cook it stuff, can you question the fucking wings too?
Not as well because most of the wings are deep fried.
Well, I get
You're
it, but
not
what
sitting
about
there
the
mixing a bunch of stuff together
yeah.
where stuff can fall into it or
Oh, here we go.
what was that?
I said, well, you don't know what's in the sauce they dip it in or any of that shit.
Usually that comes out of the bottle, so it's pretty much easier. Now it also depends on whose house you go to. If you go to the cat lady's house, you don't eat anything.
Well, I ain't gonna be there. That's the thing. If you got cats on your fucking
But depending on
counter, have it over.
that's what I'm saying. It all depends on your house, man. Like I'd be all right with, eating your nachos. Some of the other places that I've hung out for Super Bowl parties, you don't want to touch the food unless it's catered.
Now, this places, to be fair, you didn't even want to touch the chair you were sitting in.
Most of the time. That's why you walk around and you take only the drinks that have lids on them that you have to physically take off yourself. But that was like a early 2000 and late 90s problem that we had going on. In adulthood, we don't run into the same things.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing that you've seen at a Super Bowl party?
Probably a divorce.
That's hard to share amongst everybody, especially when you're going to eat it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it just kind of puts a whole downer on the
That
whole
could be the reason for the divorce, though.
It just puts a downer on the whole mood, you know what I mean?
How did it end up a divorce at a football party?
Well, I didn't really stick around to find out the fucking details.
Was it your divorce?
He caught me. No.
I got divorced on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, but wasn't that through a text message?
No, that was through signing paperwork.
Oh, man. I love the fucking text breakups, man. Those are always classic. I don't
Yeah, it's
think
hard
we
to
should
end a marriage that way because you still got to figure out the paperwork side. I got broke up a lot of times through text. It's pretty easy. Show
Yeah.
up, be me. Guess what? You're not dating anymore. Got it.
Couldn't even give me a call. That's cool.
I got a letter once. That was fun.
I mean, at least the letter. I mean, that you have to actually take time to get a piece of paper, a pen, collect your thoughts, put them down. You know, I mean, plus you got punctuation and shit. I mean, I'll take a letter any day, but I had a text. At least if there's autocorrect. Fucking most of the time it's just shorthand. So it's at least
that was what was in the letter. It's over. Don't call me. Is basically what the letter said. They wasted a stamp for that.
That's right. See? Yeah, and then when they're
but you
mailing
never
it out,
did.
That stamp.
You never did tell. You never did tell me what caused the divorce. I'm telling you, the public wants to know how you get a divorce on the.
Well, I think there was.
Was it something that happened there, or was it coming?
Tensions were a little higher.
So it wasn't entirely what went down at Super Bowl.
Right. It wasn't. The Super Bowl had nothing to do with it. It just happened to be, let's just say, the catalyst. The little gas in the fire. Plus you got the people around. Things were said that probably shouldn't have been said when company was there. I left it. I mean, I grabbed a to-go plate.
No, I
said
get
thanks.
Got it now. As long as it wasn't like you guys were rooting for two different teams and then got into it over that, you called her quits. That's a little bit different.
I can see where you kind of go that route. And maybe that could have been part of the underlying issues. Maybe it was the house divided and just finally enough's enough. Like I said, I grabbed a to-go plate, a couple of beers, and I said, I'm never coming back here again for a game. Thanks a lot, guys.
So let me guess. He was a Bills fan, and she got tired of being with a consistent Super Bowl loser in that stretch that they had going on there. 4 out of 5 years losing the Super Bowl. That'll end any relationship right there.
My dad told me not to marry you.
He found out finally that she's a Browns fan. Sorry, Wes.
Fucking jagoffs.
So what's the worst food that you've had at a Super Bowl party?
Spaghetti made with bologna.
Why would you serve that for Super Bowl?
Again, with the questions.
Dude, that's what I'm here for.
It wasn't my party.
I'm asking why you think they served it. Is that all they know how to cook? Or did they make other stupid shit too?
I think it was more of why they served it. It seemed to be like this might be a regular on the menu type situation.
See, I'm not a fan of that chicken lip dip or whatever the hell they call it, where you pile a bunch of cream cheese in there and shredded chicken and whatever the hell else they mix in it.
Oh, like buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not good. I don't like it. Nothing with cream cheese, please. I do remember Oh shit, you would have been around for this. It would have been back in the old alley days. We had a party basement at one of the bouncers' houses, and we I put together a photo of like the bar and the pool table he had down there and a whole group of people, and sent it off with a application for the free Bud Light Super Bowl party that year that they were giving out. I got a letter back that said, "Thank you, but you don't quite have enough people." We only had like 25 people there, and they were looking for like a party of 100 or more.
Man,
But I found
should have
that
went
picture
Project
the
X
other
on
day.
that
It was
one.
pretty damn funny.
Should have went Project X on that
What's
shit,
that?
man. We should have went Project X on that. We could have turned it up a little bit.
Well, I don't think he would have let that many people over, but we could have tried. We could have tried piling them all in there.
Kind of hard to
I
stop
remember
them all.
being thrown out of a couple Super Bowl parties. It's always fun when you start rooting for the opposite team of the host and they throw you out, regardless if you're the one that brought the beer or not.
Beer's leaving with me.
A lot of it did, but I couldn't carry it all. And when you're being chucked down the driveway like a frisbee, it's hard to hold on to all of them.
Right.
What are you looking at over there? You doing stats or something? You Googling your ass off?
I'm doing a little bit of everything.
Doing your AI editing for your next video?
The videos are going to just take a back seat for a while. I am working on a new song now, but I just kind of ran into a little bit of writer's block, I think, and had to step back for a minute. Just sucks. The first two came out just hot, exactly the way I wanted it. Nothing else is.
The old writer's block, huh? Fuck is that? Well, that ain't fucking good. No, I don't want any of your cookies. So apparently I was over here scrolling around with the other thing I was going to bring up other than the Super Bowl, and it looks like Artemis launch just got delayed.
What just
You know
got
what the
delayed?
Artemis is? The Artemis launch to go fly around the moon.
A
They
satellite
had
or
a
what?
hydrogen leak.
Oh,
No, they're sending people around the moon. Have you not read about that?
I have not. This is all new to me.
It'll be the first time that, if you believe in the moon landing, the first time that people will be back to the vicinity of the moon since. They are originally going to fly a manned crew around the moon and do some kind of, I can't remember exactly what the studies are that they're going to do while they're doing it, and look at landing sites. I know some of it. And then the next mission is going to be to actually land on the moon again.
Oh, so they're sending 4 astronauts on a 10-day crewed orbital flight around. This mission is the first to test the SLS rocket and Orion spacecraft. This is the first steps for a long-term lunar exploration. This is the second time we've done this. It's called Artemis 2. The Artemis 1 was 21, maybe. Oh, that was uncrewed.
Yeah, it was uncrewed on the first one. This is the first time they're sending people. It's interesting. I pulled up what is the goal of the Artemis program. The main goal of NASA's Artemis program is to land the first woman and first person of color on the moon, specifically near the lunar South Pole, and establish sustainable long-term human presence there, serving as a stepping stone for future missions to Mars. The Lunar Gateway, they want to construct a space station in lunar orbit to serve as a science outpost and docking point for lunar landers eventually. They want to develop technologies and infrastructure for long-term habitation, including a lunar base camp. Use the moon as test bed to prove technologies and operational concepts needed for human missions to Mars. And then Artemis 2 got delayed because of the hydrogen leak, but It is the first crewed mission. And then Artemis 3 aims to land the first human near the lunar South Pole, potentially by 2028.
Too far away.
That's like 2 more trips around the moon. I mean, son, damn it. So do you think we actually landed the first time?
Yeah, I do. I can see both sides. People that want to be a conspiracy about it. But there's definitely things that you can't explain or would make sense. Detailing that didn't. It was all staged.
So do you feel that half of the footage is real and half of it was made on a movie stage of the films that we can find today?
That might be too. Maybe they did do just a little bit of footage up there, then they recreated it here, which would still at least be we did here. It's not quite.
He's gone. Hey, look at that. And I'm gonna
And I'm
stop
gonna-
it and then start it so I can turn the echo thing back on. So I didn't catch all of your moon landing talk. The last thing I heard was you were talking a little bit about you think maybe that some of it could have been video footage and some of it could have been like movie studio production.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I still think we went there. Like I said, there's a lot of things that you could argue about, pointing to both, maybe.
So there's a lot of theories out there on why we haven't been back. A lot of it is that the Soviet Union collapsed and there's no need to go back. They're also pushing that we lost the technology because as technology advanced, it didn't function like the old technology and it wasn't compatible to figure out the correct formula of getting back there. And then they had what was the other one? They're also saying that you can't get through the Van Allen radiation belt and that we never went because nothing has survived that has gone through it except for the astronauts that went to the moon.
And how do they say that we did get through it? How do they disprove that?
That's the thing. Nobody's really told us, and whenever you bring it up, they don't have the technology that we used to have, so they don't know that it's lost. So that's one of the things that they have to overcome on this mission as well, apparently.
Where does all this shit just get lost to?
I don't know.
Kind of like, I mean, take it back even further. Like, we've talked about the pyramids before. Where did all that shit get lost to? Where the fuck, dude?
I think they intentionally, I think that somebody actually has it somewhere and we're just not privy to it. But I think we also lost a lot in the burnings of the libraries and everything that happened over there when they were trying to get rid of the ancient knowledge. That probably has a lot to do with it. There's also rumors that the Vatican has the technology and that's why nobody's allowed to a certain level in the Vatican, that it's sealed off and they have all the records stolen from the library from Alexandria, and they got most of the other works. There's rumors that the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia in a sacred site, and they have I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they're religious people that get locked down there with underneath of the building and the like halls of records and stuff like that. Usually only last about 2 years down there. They come out with like radiation sickness, and then they've had multiple monks, for lack of a better term, disappear, like take off for a different country when they're told that they're the ones that are selected to go down there because nobody lives more than 2 years after they go in the basement. They don't want the job, so they flee. But that's hearsay at this point. Nobody knows what's down there.
Right.
They say that, I mean, they claim they have it, but also other people claim that they know where it's at. And supposedly it's on Oak Island.
That place.
Hey, this is what, 13 or 14 or some shit like that. And they say that they're going to find something extremely important this year. It'll be on shortly after we're done recording this. So if they find anything good, I'll let you know.
Right.
So far, they found a couple coins, some bookbinding, a lot of man-made tools. They found a bunch of searcher shafts, and they think they found original depositor shafts now. And when whoever it was flooded it, it collapsed the treasure chamber down into a thing called the solution channel, which is seawater thing that runs underneath the island that is like mucky, muddy stuff that can move around. And so they're chasing it down to bedrock, trying to find it.
Really?
Yep. They pulled up parchment with writing on it. On some of the lots, they're finding all kinds of like man-made tools and jewels and muskets and like anywhere from 1600 to 1800 type stuff. They're finding all over the island. They found a lead cross that dated back to the 1500s, I believe. So a lot of shit has happened on that island. Nobody knows what. They finally got a map that somebody translated what all the stuff means, and they're starting to find, like, they found empty treasure caches, like where somebody digs down and then places boulders, and they're finding empty holes, man-made holes that coincide with the map. They just found a large boulder that has it's either a tunnel or it's a chamber that's underneath of it that's been this big ass boulder is set on little individual boulders that are separated around to hold it exactly in place, and then there's an open cavity under it, and the boulder is roughly the size of a Suburban that's being supported on bowling ball sized rocks that were hand placed.
No shit.
Yeah, they just found that, and the archaeologists are cleaning out around it, and they've sent a camera down in there. They think they found a pearl possibly in there, an actual physical pearl.
Right.
With the camera. And I think tonight's the night they're supposed to either move the boulder or go under it, one of the two. They clean out the swamp every now and then, and they're finding stakes, like survey stakes. And they found an entire road of cobblestone throughout the entire swamp and up the hill from the swamp. They found parts of a burnt ship in the swamp. They think that the islands, it used to be two separate islands, and they created a dam on both ends and filled it in with all the earth and shit that they dug out to make the treasure tunnel. And they filled her in.
Do they have all this stuff at a museum, or have a museum just for that shit?
They actually built one on the island. You can go and see. They got a research center now and Hall of Records all out there. The little museum there, so you can look at some of the finds. They found a brooch with I think it was a amethyst or a ruby in it that was lost out there. A lot of military buttons. No dead people yet.
No dead people yet. Weird. No skeleton.
They found a mysterious wall in the middle of nowhere, and at the end of it, there was a well that had been dug with flat stones placed all the way down around it, like an actual functional well. They find all kinds of shit out there all the time. So I don't know what the hell's there, but there's been a lot of people on that little island out there. Look at all the shipwrecks and stuff that are still undiscovered that people are still running into.
What about Atlantis? They keep talking about
Atlantis is weird. Originally they thought it was the name of a city, but now they think it's more of a cover-up code name or something like that, because there was multiple cities that were lost. It wasn't just one, it was multi cities. And there's also one that says we lost another continent when the earth shifted, that there used to be another one and it just went under the water. That's what took it down, was earth displacement or something like that, the Great Floods. Did you see that thing they found off the coast of Japan? So they dove on a site right off of Japan, and you can pull up pictures of it, I'm sure, online. But it's another pyramid-like structure that has cart pathways on the side of it. It's fitted stone. It's got right angles on the corner. It's less than 15 miles off the coast, like the water level rose suddenly and covered it. They believe there's another one by Cuba where the same thing happened.
Shit.
Yeah. They just found inside of, I can't remember what lake it is, but if you dive down in the lake, there's an entire city underneath of it. Like the water never came back out of it once it went in there. They're finding all kinds of shit.
Right.
There's cart tracks on the bottom of a sea somewhere where it's like in concrete, but it's wagon wheel tracks that you can follow off of land underneath of the water and then out the other side.
Did you know there used to be a town underneath Red Rock?
Yeah, they evacuated it before they flooded it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's no, I don't think, the last time I knew, there isn't anything left of it down there anymore, but there used to be up until like 20 years ago when they dove on it, and there was still part of the structures there, but I think it's all gone now, if I remember correctly. Okay, so yes, you can still see the town underneath extreme low water levels.
Nice.
So apparently some of it's still there. The towns were intentionally flooded in the 1960s. The Yanagani Monument is what's off the edge of Japan. It's got steep stair-like terraces, 90-degree angles, flat carved-looking walls, about 25 meters or 82 feet below the surface. It's about 100 meters long.
Oh, shit.
Yes, sir. And you know about all the stuff that the has been found underneath the pyramids, right? With that new satellite technology.
That's this technology that's like Kind of like a sonar, isn't it? Sonar radar or some shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like LiDAR, where you can fly a drone over and see through the vegetation and stuff like that. It's like that,
Right.
but it comes from a satellite and it can go much deeper.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. They're finding they're finding pyramids all over the fucking place.
They're all over South America, everywhere in the jungles. Oh, I was wrong. I apologize. They have found human bones on Oak Island.
Oh no shit.
Yep, leather binding, purple stained wood. They found Spanish copper coin, various bits of parchment. One of the things that I think is kind of weird. There's a lot of weird shit, but this is even weirder. Large amounts of coconut fiber.
And there's no coconuts on the island.
So, no, that would come from the Caribbean, and they think that the coconut fiber is laid all over the where they're finding it in this cove to keep sediment out of the flood tunnels. So it acting like kind of a filter. So that way all the flood tunnels and everything that run through the island from these 5 box drains don't get clogged up. So it will still protect everything that's down there. And they're finding a shit ton of pottery.
I think that's the only thing that really stands the test of time is pottery. I fucking got that from every like culture.
And you can it's easily identified to the time period as well, because it follows a certain pattern, with the exception of the stone pottery that has been found with the pyramids.
So yeah, some of that shit, like how do you know how old a pottery is, but you don't know how old the damn pyramids are?
Because the pyramids were long before the pottery that we're finding. But the bowls and vases that they're finding with the pyramid stuff are like 0.0000099 or whatever % perfect. Like there's zero flaws. They're polished. We can't even replicate them with modern tools to that precise of a
niner in there.
Of a cut. There was a couple niners in there. They also don't know how the stones are cut, because back supposedly when the pyramids were made, all they have are copper tools, and copper doesn't cut through basalt and stuff like that. I was watching Joe Rogan. Nope, it wasn't. Nope, it was the other guys. Tucker Carlson episode the other day. I was listening to it, not watching, but one of the guys that works in Egypt was saying that inside the pyramid, the Great Pyramid, there's actually no mummies or sarcophaguses actually in there. Around it looks like vent ports. There's residues from chemicals, and there's a flat stone towards the top that they think on the bottom side it's perfectly smooth. On the top side there's chunks chiseled out of it. They think that's to change the vibration of it. And there's in the main chamber there's rose granite, which puts off electrical charge when it's under pressure, and they think it's some sort of a power plant, not an actual pyramid. That everything underneath of it was probably to power the pyramid as a power plant, or some kind of chemical factory, and not an actual pyramid like we're being told.
Right. That's possible. I do think there were power sources. I 100% believe that. The way they were set up, that coating they had on them, how and what, to the extent, who knows, but proven you can, like with the testicle, you can bounce electricity off. You know, maybe they had that all figured out. I'm not saying they had DeWalt or Milwaukee back then, but you know.
So the new theory that a couple of the scholars that aren't credited, because the gatekeepers in Egypt won't give up the actual dig rights and stuff like that to verify a lot of this, is somebody found a perfect ring, a stone ring. I think it was made out of what is it, basalt or something like that, that at a certain frequency it elevates, it levitates.
Yeah.
Where if you hit the right frequency, and they think that ring is something that it puts off the right frequency to move objects or something like that, which I thought was interesting.
Well, who created the tuning fork and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think
there is something to do with frequency.
I honestly think that, I think we just went down a different path after this factory reset that the world put us through. Like, we're not the first ones to actually be here. Whatever world-ending event happened, which created the loss of all that technology that made all of the other stuff, right?
Right.
Well, when we got factory reset, we went a different way with fossil fuels and combustion engines, and we didn't go the frequency route like the people before us doing research.
I was just reading on about pharaohs that were buried in pyramids. Khufu's mummy was placed inside the Great Pyramid in the King's Chamber and not underground. But before pyramids were invented, and see, how do they know this? They don't even know when or how the pyramids were constructed, but they're saying before pyramids were invented, Egyptian kings were laid to rest in underground chambers beneath a mastaba, a squat, flat-top mount.
Yeah, I don't think they're telling us 100% what's going on in Egypt.
Oh, guaranteed. I like JFK, bud.
Just threw it in Grok what is being hit about the pyramids.
Say that again.
It's just kicking out conspiracies. It's not. I just threw in the Grok what's being hidden about the Egyptian pyramids, and it just throwing out conspiracy theories. There's a
And that's the other thing. If
large void. Go ahead.
I said if the pyramids in Egypt, with the way they were built, and let's just say they were built, wouldn't it be possible that all the other ones were too?
Well, that would be basically how they were set up, weren't it? So they could just, if they were power plants, that's how they'd connect the entire surface.
Right, but I'm not. I don't remember. I know that globally there's some, especially the pyramids in Egypt, but they were all aligned like a certain line with some certain star, the North Star or something. I'm curious that the other ones were aligned in a manner such as that.
It's rolling through the web results about if pyramids are power sources, would they line up with pyramids on other countries? It's going off. The Great Pyramid at Giza is said to be precisely lined with true north and celestial bodies of Orion's belt. And the other pyramids that they found look like they're the Mesoamerican pyramids look like they are positioned on latitudes and longitudes that purposely connect via the Great Circle lines. The Nubian pyramids in the Sudan are aligning southward along the Nile's energy flow. The ones in Asia line up with the power circle, if they are actually pyramids.
Right.
And they believe that the Bosnian pyramids are incorporated by theorists as relay stations for the main power circle.
Kind of reading on
So
that.
yeah, it looks like if they're it's an ancient power grid.
But then on that being said, which I do believe it was,
that uses the technology that, with what being said?
So with that being said, I do believe there are power sources, but if they were some sort of conductors or anything, wouldn't there be some sort of marks, residue, charring, something? I mean, even when you plug stuff into the wall, you could tell in the socket there's a little bit of something going on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, if they all line up on a certain pattern, there's got to be something that's driving it, some universal truth to it anyway. That gets you into the talks about the remote viewers that were on the other day on something I was listening to, where there was a remote viewer that was good enough to go anywhere, and they tasked him with coordinates in the solar system. He was also had the ability to travel in time, not just space. He could travel in time parameters as well. And the coordinates that they gave him ended up on Mars, and he was witnessing them trying to figure out how to get to Earth before their society collapsed. So, I mean, there's all kinds of theories out there running around.
Conspiracy theories all day, man.
So other than your power station, what's another world conspiracy that you believe that you want to throw out there when we're to finish her up today?
World conspiracies? I don't know why JFK always.
You mean they didn't release enough documents for you that had all the black Sharpie on them?
No, I believe they do, but what they're still trying to say happened and what actually happened are two different things. But then, so I guess another big one that I always think about is, I would call them the Illuminati or New World Order. Is there really a group of people behind the scenes that actually control everything? Fucking possible.
Financially, it makes sense.
And what makes everything go around?
I mean, if you just follow the money.
Exactly.
Follow the money. It's the same people with all the money. And then
that's what makes it go around.
Why is it that Antarctica has treaties with every single company? I mean, every country, major country power, that they can go to Antarctica.
They could go there.
Yeah, there's no to set up scientific bases. It's only countries that are allowed to that are on this treaty.
Yeah, but do you think they're hiding something up there? Do you think there's like a lost civilization, or that the Nazis actually did get up there and have a secret base from World War II?
I'm not 100% sure if the Nazis had a base there, but there is stuff there. Antarctica wasn't always covered with ice. I mean, that's they believe, there's rumors anyway, that there's another big ass pyramid on Antarctica, and it's the actual main one.
There you go. Wouldn't that be fucking intense if they had a main one and it powered all the ones around the fucking world?
And you never know, that could be.
And then they just had like relay stations.
God damn it, I can't find the names of these groups
They
for
always
research purposes.
do all day at Antarctica anyway. What do you do up there?
Well, apparently they're digging under the ice. And have caverns and stuff that run under there with a bunch of secrets that we don't know about.
Now, how's it we can do all that,
Supposedly.
but we
I
can't
don't
get to the
fucking
bottom of the fucking ocean?
Well, there's also rumors we've gone to the bottom of the ocean and we're told not to go back.
Well, and maybe it's through Antarctica. Maybe that's the hole to get there. I don't fucking know.
Well, I will definitely say that we covered like at least 15 different conspiracies, and we still don't know what's on Oak Island.
Right? No shit.
Well, I am going to go grab some supper, and then I'm going to turn on Oak Island. So if I see anything that's fun and exciting, I'll let you know. Got any final words for us there, Chief, to take us out on?
I think we covered a lot. So till next time.
All right. Pro Bowl is a bunch of bullshit, and you have a wonderful night.
You too, brother. We'll talk to you later.
All right, buddy. Let's go. It's called Frosty Dinghy, and I'm the dolphin, and you're the flower.
Well, I guess. I think it should be Dr. Parker, but